What's the number one bit of advice that women especially would give their younger selves? Like if you could talk to yourself 20, 30, 40 years ago, what was the one thing? I found out last year when I participated in the Vagina Monologues, um, reading through one of the scripts, all together we had to say that the study showed the number one bit of advice women would give their younger selves is slow down. And we all had to read it with drama and energy. Slow down. Slow down. Let's talk about it. I'm Sensei Victoria Whitfield, founder of strategicmeditation.com, your source for the best holistic stress management, anxiety reducing, energy clearing meditations on the internet. If you are professional and you keep finding that you're getting in your own way, it's because you're not managing how you feel. When you feel better, you do better in life and business. That's why I created strategicmeditation.com. Go there, start your free trial today, and get to meditating. This is our fourth out of a 4-episode conversation exploring self-acceptance. I call these my love letters. If you're on the email list, by the way, click the link in the description to get on there for my commentary week to week. I call these love letters after, next month's going to be 16 years of running my business, sharing Reiki and meditation with women and men, right, from all walks of life, who are stressed out by what they do for a living. Their business has got them stressed out if they've got one, or their career has got them stressed out if you're working for others. Be kind to yourself if that's the situation. This is why I do what I do, is to help you reduce that stress level, to clear your energy so that you can increase your income and impact. I will do that because I believe that when more good people like you can get out there and do more good in the world, like, you should be paid well for that. That helps you to keep doing more good in the world. And I was initially inspired by my maternal grandfather, who worked himself to death, right? I never got to meet him. He dropped dead at work of a massive heart attack, leaving his 3 girls orphaned. I told you about that a couple episodes ago. And it doesn't have to be, right? That initiated an intergenerational curse in my family, where both of my parents, I've had to drive them because of the high blood pressure, the high stakes, high stress environments that they were working. I had to drive them to the ER because they passed out at work. Or even myself, I've worked myself into the hospital, not asking for help, when did something that I knew it was a bad idea, but because I'm a strong, independent, I can do it, right? And how I feel doesn't matter. I'm going to figure it out. And an accident happened that sent me to the hospital, putting myself last rather than slowing down and doing it right, as opposed to doing it fast. Hear me. Do it right. Don't worry about doing it fast. At the end of last week's episode, we mentioned being impatient as a problem. And we've been talking about our lack of self-acceptance is what's fueling us getting in our own way, sabotaging our own progress of no, I can't, or no, I'm not enough, or no, this isn't good, right? Or in this week's case, no, we're not going fast enough. We're not going fast enough. Screw anything that's happening. We have to go faster. Screw how I feel. Screw you. Screw everything. We got to go faster. Cut corners so we can go faster. Ignore what people are saying are problems. Ignore the problems. Ignore the red flags. Just go faster, go faster, go faster. Deep breath in. Exhale. They say, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. You got to slow down to harmonize with what's actually working, right? In our last episode, we talked about accepting our feedback, the raw data from the way that the plan is working out in reality, in the field, right? Field testing the plan, as opposed to forget what everything that you're seeing in front of you says. Do and only believe in what the plan and somebody else said is right. Don't believe your eyes. Just believe what I say or they say. Right? I shared with you my story last episode with my body. How my body has weird responses to healthy things that are not healthy for my body. Right? What matters most is how you feel, right? I'm known for saying that over and over again, but it's like it comes up in so many different ways. And today, on the topic of stepping into a new level of self-acceptance, this new era of radical self-acceptance, so that we can make real progress, tangible progress, lasting change, is that in order to really accept yourself, you've got to slow down. Slow down. Now, shout out to all of my type A for awesome people out there. You're my favorite. The majority of my client load is type A personalities. I got you, baby. I am a secret type A, right? I may be chill, I may be a very relaxing person to be around, but don't mess with me. We got systems, we got organization, things are tight and right here. Yeah, it may look and feel very chill, but it's because we've got some solid organizational structures supporting the chill feel. And the importance of slowing down, I'm hearing to say for you, is that if you don't slow down, you're not going to see yourself. You're going faster because you are not paying attention to what matters, right? Pointing at yourself. You're going faster because you're not paying attention to what matters. You're not paying attention to your body. In my instance, that's how I worked myself into the hospital. I was not paying attention to my body, trying to open an antique, original, massive floor-to-ceiling stained glass window on my own. I wasn't listening to my body at the time. I wasn't a power lifter at the time. I wasn't paying attention to all of the signs that this is not a safe thing to do. The weight snapped and it fell on my hands, pinned me down to the bone, right? That is not good. If I would have just slowed down, I wouldn't have worked myself into the hospital. Have you ever had that experience where it's like, if I'd have just slowed down, everything would have been so much better, right? Maybe that's the situation in your career, maybe it's the situation in your sex life, maybe that's the situation in how you are approaching your education or your community. We just slow down. I mean, here in Sleepy Hollow section of my town, all these beautiful historic mansions are here. Mine's one of them. Hello mansion, right? And so there's so many beautiful homes in the area, and people zoom by, and it really messes with the beautiful, natural, elegant, handsome vibe that we have here in the community. And so they put speed bumps, and yes, they are annoying, and oh my gosh, so much safer, so much calmer, better for the children while they're going out to play. People aren't zooming through, they're slowing down. And when you do, you're forced to not only respect the speed limit, New Jersey, but you're also forced to take in the beauty of all of the colors and all of the architecture and all of the beauty and the artistry. You're forced to take in so much more. When you slow down, you can access so much more information when you go slower. Go slow to go fast. This is the message of the week. Go slow to go fast. And how that works is for those of us who've been around for a certain number of years, understand that you gotta conserve your energy if you're going to enjoy the journey. You can rah from the jump, but then you've got much farther to go. There's much more to do. So if you blow your load at the beginning, you're not going to have the energy to make it to the finish line. If you want to really overall go faster, make a quantum leap over time, right? Not today, not by the end of the month, not by 6 months, but say within the next year or the next couple years. You've got to slow down and really lock in. This is what I'm hearing to relay to you. Your step into self-acceptance, the step of the day, is to slow down. Slow down overall so that you can make it to the finish line in time. I will. My spirit guides are reminding me of the tortoise versus the hare, right? And you can even YouTube this, watching rabbits versus turtles in races. This set the little guys going, and then the rabbit hops forward, hops to the side, hops to the back, hops around, tries to clean himself, runs over the thing, jumps onto the tortoise, hops back, hops forward, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, the tortoise, he's like, oh, steadily makes it from one side to the next, straight to the finish line, just in a steady, straight line. And he probably maybe burned, 10 calories. Meanwhile, the rabbit probably burned like 500, jumping around, expending all this energy, and still didn't win the race. Who went faster? Well, it's the one who crossed the finish line in the end. It was the turtle. So be kind to yourself. If you've been feeling impatient and trying to go faster and faster, even cutting corners, trying to keep up with some version of speed that you think that you should be going at, let me be an ambassador of your spirit, a mouthpiece of your higher self to let you know, honey, slow down. No matter what it is, health, wealth, or love, whatever area you are making moves in, slow. Let's be grown and sexy about this. Let's not be young and crazy. No, we're gonna be grown and sexy. Slow down. With that, we are reading from Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, the sequel to Think and Grow Rich, right? This is about the secrets to freedom and success. And he's talking to the devil on his shoulder, the angel and the devil, right? His inner self-sabotage version of himself that is basically trying to get him to slow down in a negative way, or stopping him from moving forward, right? In a negative way. But he's getting all the secrets out of this devil on his shoulder, and there's actually a positive way to slow down. He's going to talk about it in this reading. Let's go quick before the landscapers come. Napoleon Hill asks, will a plan based upon immoral or unjust ends succeed as quickly as one motivated by a keen sense of justice and morality? The devil on his shoulder says, through the operation of the law of compensation, everyone reaps that which he sows. Plans based on unjust or immoral motives may bring temporary success, but enduring success must take into consideration the fourth dimension, time. Time is the enemy of immorality and injustice. It is the friend of justice and morality. Failure to recognize this fact has been responsible for the crime wave among the youths of the world. The youthful, inexperienced mind is apt to mistake temporary success for permanency. The youth often make the mistake of coveting the temporary gains of immoral, unjust plans, but neglects to look ahead and observe the penalties which follow as definitely as night follows day. Tying this back to slow down. Time is your friend. In Napoleon Hill's own word, time favors the success. Time favors morality and making right aligned choices, right? Be kind to yourself. If you've been feeling a bit impatient, it may be the sign to shift. 1 second. Slow down, do it right. Take your time. You don't have to do it perfectly. You may be interrupted. What matters most is how you feel. Even for myself, as I'm filming, my awesome landscaping team is coming to take care of us. I'm super grateful, so I'm gonna get out of their way so they can rock it. I didn't know that that was going to happen, right? They come as their best able. But again, this is kind of the perfect illustration of what we're talking about here. If you want to go faster, you could go it alone, right? Or if I wanted to mow the lawn and take care of all the beautiful grounds that we have here at the mansion, I could do it by myself, in addition to filming, or we could go together. Now there's going to be some concessions and adjustments, negotiations that need to be made of the way that things look as you go. But I'm happy, I'll tell you personally, I'm so happy to be supported with them taking care of the ground so that I can focus on you, right? And be in my brilliance. Like, this is so, there's no such thing as coincidence. Holy Spirit wanted to illustrate that we are coming together as a community. You and I, we are stepping into a new era of our lives where it's time for us to move together in a stronger, more grounded, embodied, wise, and mature way. And that involves slowing down and honoring the way that time respects that groundedness, that spiritual wisdom to be balanced, right? Napoleon Hill called it morality. Whereas the youths who want to cut corner and get as much as fast as possible, right? He has said that, explained like why there's all this rise in crime, where we don't have the patience to slow down and do it the right way. I'm gonna pull the card of the day for you, which is the 3 of Fire. The 3 of Fire. Abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time and make long-term plans. 3 is about, think triangulation, maiden, mother, crone, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, right? This is guidance, right? See, I'm pointing in a certain direction because I know where those 2 other points are. Okay, where I'm not going, the top point is where I am going. Just like on a GPS is that's what I think of, that triangle on the GPS when you're navigating. is the number 3. And then fire is action. So guided, intuitively guided action is fire, right? Moving in the right direction and trusting that you're moving in the right direction. I love that they use the word abundance, because that's what slowing down feels like. Speeding up and going faster and faster and faster and rushing yourself, being impatient, is a lack mindset. And that's what the 3 of fire wants to highlight for us today in particular, is that have an abundance mindset, enjoy, embody, and savor the journey. I feel so luxuriously supported, right? Simply picking up my camera and coming inside as all of the loving landscape family are taking care of the rest of the property, right? This slowing down is juicy, right? And we get to enjoy a good friend of mine. For those of you who've been with me for some time, this plant in the corner here, we used to call her the goddess, right? She's been with me through several offices, right? She's been with me for, I think she's 12 years, 10, 12 years now. And still kicking, still growing through the ceiling. By the way, over here is her arm. She was so tall, she was trying to push out the ceiling, so we actually cut one of her arms off. And now she has a whole new baby, right? Wouldn't be able to appreciate all of the abundance if I didn't have to slow down. Are you seeing what I'm saying? This is the gift that the Holy Spirit is trying to bring forward in our lives today, in particular, with this message of slow down. Now, we can talk about it. We can rationalize, accepting the beauty around us, and even see it play out here on video. You could see it, you could have it in your mind, but now you got to feel it in your body. And that's where strategic meditation comes in, because you can think, but if you don't feel better, you're not going to do better, right? People only do stuff because they feel like it. That's a quote from Myron Golden, right? Why do people do what they do? It's because they feel like it. And that's the importance of strategic meditation. We want to shift into a high performance feeling state, a higher vibrational feeling state, right? More positive, more energized, lighter, clearer, right? More open, more ready to take the action necessary of slowing down and practicing self-acceptance in life and business. That's what we're doing today. So we're gonna log in. You could go to bevisionarymovement.com. It's the direct link. That's bevisionarymovement.com. Sign up. You could get a membership or start your free trial today to participate with doing the strategic meditation of today. This is the meditation tracker for November 2025 at the filming of this video. Go ahead and type in the search bar at the top of the screen, get ready for this, success and sexiness drum. Success and sexiness drum. It's 15 minutes. And this strategic meditation is only for the grown and sexy. We're not trying to do young and crazy, young and foolish. We're not trying to do any of this nonsense. We want to have a grown and sexy business, grown and sexy money, grown and sexy relationship, grown and sexy body. Yes, yes, yes. Right? Grounding into that abundant, luxurious, pleasurable confidence rhythm, right? Because it's also a drum-based strategic meditation. Do that 15 minutes, get that feeling in your body, and get on going. With that, if you've come to the end of this video, make sure that you like it on YouTube and hit the share button. Who do you know who needs to hear and see this message play out, right? Who would this encourage? Make sure to share it on your favorite social media platform. Send it in an email. And if you would like your own private reading or to come here for a clearing, this is one of my treatment rooms. Like I'll be sitting here and You'd be sitting there, right? And we're surrounded by all of the oak trees in this 180-degree view of the grounds. If you want to come for your private session, go ahead and send an email to team@victoriawhitfield.com or text me 732-903-8573 and we'll get you booked. Big love, big hugs, and remember, you do not have to lose your glow as you grow in life and business. See you in the next one. Bye for now.